All right, well, for those of us whose gardens are still surviving, you may want to break out the watering can a little bit this week.
A lot of people probably are going to have to mow lawns because that big drink of water we got over the weekend is going to make everything just go.
Yeah.
And we have some sunshine on the way, too. So
nice. All right.
Should be a pretty nice week, all things considered. We'll start to see clouds increase a little bit later tomorrow night. First Alert Futurecast here at 11 p.m., so a little over 24 hours from right now, showing some of those high clouds building in. We'll start to see some of that high cloudiness throughout the afternoon and evening tomorrow. It lowers and thickens by Wednesday morning, so when you join Scott Haney here Wednesday morning, he might be tracking some isolated showers. They'll likely be pretty light, and we're not expecting much of an impact. And we could see these showers into the afternoon hours on Wednesday, and then late Wednesday evening is when a lot of the cloud cover begins to break apart. And we'll see dry conditions in place for Thursday morning. But your first alert that you'll need the umbrella in the middle of the week. You certainly don't need it right now. First Alert Live Radar not showing anything within the borders of our state, which is what we expected. Very dry air in place across Connecticut. Here's a live look at our iCam in Old Saybrook. We still see some cloudiness out there overhead. It's a little bit thinner than it was earlier today, and it is moving on out. Our iCam view in Rocky Hill looking north to the Hartford skyline. Right now, looks like there's some sun shining on some of the buildings. We can see the reflection here on the Gold building, but also a little bit of lingering cloud cover. Now, temperatures are going to fall quickly. We go from the mid and upper 60s in the hill towns, inland Connecticut, shoreline in the lower 70s at 6 o'clock, into the 50s across the northwestern hills by 8 p.m. Lower half of the 60s across the rest of inland Connecticut and along the shoreline. Note the clouds working their way away from us. By 11 o'clock tonight, skies are clear, and they stay clear into the start of the day tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine on the way, too, but here we are 5 p.m. tomorrow with those clouds starting to build back in. With some high cloudiness later tomorrow afternoon and evening, could end up being a decent sunset across the state, so we'll be watching that, too. When it comes to gardening, doing anything outdoors, like Aaron mentioned, if your garden's still going strong, you got to get out there and maintain it a bit, especially with the rain that we just had. Temperatures will be in the 50s through the 8 o'clock hour. We're near 70 degrees at lunchtime tomorrow, and we end the day in the lower 70s, which is seasonably cool for this time of year. More cool nights on the way, too. Despite the increased cloudiness, 53 Wednesday morning. There are the isolated showers Wednesday. 50 Thursday morning. Thursday will be our warmest day of the next 7 with highs around 80 inland, 82 along the shoreline. A front rolls through. With it, maybe a little bit of cloud cover. That's it. We're back in the mid-70s Friday and Saturday, back into the mid and upper 70s Sunday, and then starting off next week, maybe a mix of sun and clouds. When it comes to foliage across the state, we've talked about how the trees have been a bit stressed from the dry weather. But looking ahead with more cool nights in the way and the rain that we picked up over the weekend, that will certainly help a bit. Typically, we see the peak of foliage in western and northeastern Connecticut in early October. The Connecticut River Valley and points south, typically mid to late October. And with some more cool weather on the way, the 6 to 10 day outlook here is still showing these shades of blue. That can certainly allow for things to begin to change. It's already been cool this month. Saturday, certainly the outlier with a high temperature of 86 for the Hartford area. Yesterday's high was only 67 degrees. And with highs forecast to be seasonably cool for most of the week, with the exception of Thursday, we certainly could start to see things, especially in the elevations, begin to change as we approach the middle of the month. Otherwise, a very fall-like feel for the next 7 days.
All right. Sounds good, Mike. Thank you very much.